Hello everyone, it's your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting live stream. Today is May 21st, 2019. I'm going to be talking about yesterday, May 20th, 2019, and the day before that, May 19th, 2019. The reason why I didn't do a stream on May 19th, 2019 is because I ended up hanging out with your boy Aiden pretty late. I don't think we stopped hanging out until sometime around 3 or 4 a.m. So yeah, yo, Sam, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Excuse me. Mainly what I did on May 19th, 2019, me and Aiden hung out with Beth. It was more than me and Aiden. It was me, Beth, Colin, and Aiden. We all hung out together, and it was Beth's way of like meeting my friends and for us to get closer. Recently, I did a double date with Beth and her friends, and I also got to meet Beth's parents and her grandma. So the 19th was all about Beth meeting up with like my friends and getting to know them better. So that was pretty cool. Um, and it just went rather well. I think Beth is really into like Aiden. She's like, oh, Aiden's like really cool, and she feels like she hit it off. She thinks that her and Cassie are really gonna hit it off because Cassie's like also into Pokemon and stuff like that. And she said Colin's cool, but I don't think she hit it off with Colin as well as she did with Aiden and with Cassie. So that's mainly what I did on the 19th. It was just spend time with Beth and Aiden and Colin and Cassie. Let's see. Yo, Luffy, welcome to the stream. And Rocky Ford, welcome to the stream. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? I noticed that Luffy and Sam both say, what's poppin'? Well, Luffy said, what's poopin'? I see what you did there. Sam said, ooh, I hit the screen too many times. Sam said, I'm good and I'm playing some emulators. Oh, what games are you playing on emulator? Rocky Ford said, hey, hey, hey. Ooh, you did that Fat Albert style intro. He said he's doing good. That's great to hear. He said, how are you doing? Oh, fantastic as always. Thank you for asking. And he said the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. Now, if you want to talk about the Yu-Gi-Oh manga, your boy Ryan is all over that. He's super into the Yu-Gi-Oh manga. I personally haven't read too much. I've read a little bit of the GX manga, but I haven't finished it yet. Your boy Nani said, I thought you died. Nope, I'm alive and well. Like I said, the reason why on the 19th I ended up not doing a stream is because it was a big hangout with Beth and Aiden and Colin and Cassie. We all hung out. I mainly hung out with Beth and Colin because there was a period of time where Aiden was like, I want to just hang out outside. And Cassie was only there for like a little bit. She was hanging out with her sisters for a lot of the day. So it was mainly like me, Beth, and Colin. But Beth really liked hanging out with everybody. She really hit it off with Aiden, and she feels like she's going to hit it off with Cassie once they have like more time to hang out. But after Beth left, me and Aiden hung out for like hours. We hung out until around like 4 a.m. or so, which is why I didn't have time to do a vlog on the 19th. My apologies on that. Let's see. Let me get the live chat up on the computer. It's a lot easier to read on the computer than it is on my phone. So give me one moment. I saw Ryan pop up. Yo, Ryan, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Let's see. Let me refresh. Oh, today, because I haven't talked about today as all. I got tongue tied. I haven't talked about today at all. So I hung out with Aiden mainly today, and I also watched Incredibles 2 on Netflix. Incredibles 2 is pretty good. I actually really liked it. I like how everything builds toward the third act. Of course, that's how most movies are, but I felt like the third act was well set up. I felt like all the elements came together really well. But anyways, Incredibles 2 was a good movie. I hung out with Aiden. Aiden has perfected like his ion trap. Well, perfected is a strong word, but he has a working ion trap where he can like levitate particles in an electromagnetic field. So you just see particles like flying around in like free space because the field is like causing them to levitate. It seems like a lot of the stuff that Aiden's working on has to do with like levitating things, and I think that's actually pretty dope. He's actually working with a quantum research lab over the course of the summer. And I hung out with him as he was working on a new ion trap to make it easier for him to do the particle levitation stuff. I actually have video of his particle levitation stuff that I can upload to the channel later. I haven't had a chance to upload it yet, but I filmed some of the stuff that he's doing in his lab, and it's really cool. He's actually going to have a paper soon that he's going to co-author with the guy who runs the lab that he's in, Dr. Cronus. They're going to write a paper and they're going to try and make a particle accelerator using his concept, like his particle levitation concept. If Aiden was here, I feel like he could definitely go into more detail on that, but it's really cool. That's the main thing I gotta say, and definitely keep an eye out for that video because I do think the video is also really cool. Also, I almost have the live chat fully up, so that'll be pretty ballin'. Oh, Beth today is like, hey, I want to hang out like 3 different times this week, so I'm gonna be hanging out with Beth this Wednesday, this Saturday for to meet my mom, and then this Sunday we're gonna do another friend hangout where we're hanging out with Beth and the homies. Let's see. Nani said, imagine Nick. Then Ryan said, so it sounds like I need to meet Beth. I do want you to meet Beth, Ryan. I actually am really hyped for that. I've actually told Beth that too. Like, hey, I hope like you and Ryan really hit it off. Beth mainly was like, when I hang out with Ryan, can we like not have him go on like hard tangents? Because I've talked about how Ryan sometimes will go on hard tangents. She said, especially not about politics. I think you and Beth have similar political views, but I think she just doesn't like talking about politics, so I wouldn't want that either. Um, so yeah, definitely want you to meet Beth. Please don't go on hard tangents. Please don't talk about politics, especially not anything controversial. Nani said, imagine saying GT is canon. I hope Matt comes by again today. It was good to see Matt the other day. Let's see, Rocky Ford says, Summon Sorcerer should not have been banned in the TCG. What do you think? Why do you feel like Summon Sorcerer shouldn't have been banned? Because I think she could have maybe used an errata, you know? Because I feel like any card that seems unfair, you probably could just add a condition to like its effect to make it more fair. Unless you're like it was completely fair and it shouldn't have been banned at all. Do you feel like it should have been like maybe limited or semi-limited? Or are you like it just should have stayed in the game as it was? Sam said Zelda Minish Cap, some Pokemon, and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Are those like some of your favorite video games? Oh, those are the emulators that you're playing. I'm sorry, I was so far behind in the chat, I forgot what I was asking about. Okay, ballin'. Beth is actually a big fan of Pokemon games, and Beth and Serena are really big fans of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Ryan said, I can talk to you about the manga, but I do have large blind spots, like I haven't read Millennium World or Dark Side of Dimensions. There we go. Rocky Ford, you and Ryan, I think, could definitely hit it off and start talking about manga stuff. Nani said, I told you were going to say vlog delay. That wasn't my original plans, Nani. Like, I didn't want to do a vlog delay thing. Like I said, I just ended up hanging out with Winslow way later than I really thought I would be the other day. Let's see. And then Ryan said, I've read the rest of Yu-Gi-Oh! And R and GX. Then Kel said, yo, 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 Kels, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Also, don't forget to smash that like button. We currently have 5 viewers and 3 likes. Can we get this video up to 5 viewers and 5 likes? Truly appreciate it. Ryan said, the beginning of the 5Ds manga. Oh, crap. The live chat jumped. Then Rocky Ford said, I have 4 5Ds mangas, 1 Zexal manga, and 2 ARC-V manga. Oh, okay. Sam said, yo, pick a number between 1 and 7. 5. Kells then also said 5. Then Sam White said, thanks, Kells. Rocky Ford said, Summon Sorceress was my Dark Magician girl in my legendary deck. I felt like it should have just stayed at 3. Interesting. But like, why though? Then I mean, other than like for personal reasons, Kel said I think it should have just been limited. But I understand Konami wanting to stay safe. Then Luffy said, "It's been a while, man. Yo, Luffy, welcome back. Have you been?" Ryan said, "I have 11 Yu-Gi-Oh volumes." 4 of the 5 volumes of R, 7 out of the 9 volumes of GX, 7 volumes of 5Ds, 7 volumes of Zexel, but I haven't read all the volumes I have of 5Ds and Zexel. Then Sam White said, Yo, Jet, I had an idea for the RPG, and then I looked into Henshin, and it sounded fun. Oh, cool, hit me up. What's the new idea that you have for the RPG, and what were your thoughts on Henshin? Kel said, Did you bring up my crappy Dragon Ball fanfic to Winslow? I want to know his opinion. For one, I don't think it's crappy. And two, I have brought up the fanfiction stuff. Me and Winslow have been having like really deep talks about stuff. I've mentioned like, yo, you gotta check out this fan art. There's like fan art of you, Winslow, finally. But I still haven't had an opportunity to show Winslow the fan art. I'm gonna be hanging out with Winslow hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed. He has a meeting for his quantum research lab work tomorrow, and we're planning on hanging out after his meeting, like getting lunch. And then if they call him back into work, um, I might like have like an intermission where I'm not hanging out with Aiden, and then once he gets off work, we like hang out again. But we're planning on trying to get lunch tomorrow around like noon or so, and that might be a good time for me to show him like the fan art that you've made. Ryan said I stopped buying them because they were out of print or not on bookstore shelves anymore. I'll buy the rest of them sometime. Okay. Do you think you might start buying Yu-Gi-Oh manga online, Ryan? Luffy said, I basically graduated from high school, man. I've been busy, but Friday was my last day. I graduate this upcoming Friday. Yo, congratulations. I recently graduated from college. There's actually a cool song that you might be into called Graduation. It's been on a latest vibes playlist that I've been listening to a lot, and it's really good. But you might really vibe with it considering like the current situation you're in. You know what I mean? It's definitely a good song to listen to while thinking about like your accomplishments. Your boy Ryan said Summon Sorcerers deserved what it got. Ooh, so Ryan's like Summon Sorcerers deserved to be banned. Yo, Sam White said, okay, well, Henshin was a cool concept, but I could not get the details to work, but I found out a little, and sounds good. So the thing that was weird about Henshin is that it's very, like, token based. The game is very much so about, like, you get tokens for doing, like, risky shit, and you can always do risky shit in the game for free that can, like, put your character in danger, and then you use tokens to do less risky shit. So that's more or less how like the game works. So if you're like, I'm gonna run into battle without my like Power Ranger suit, then it'll be like cool. You'll get a token that you can use to do like cool shit that's less risky. But you running into battle without your Power Ranger suit could potentially lead to you like getting hurt or like any other thing happening that could like really like fuck you over. So Henshin is a big game about risk reward, where the idea is do something risky so that you have the potential to do something cool. And if you want to do a whole bunch of cool shit, you got to do a whole bunch of risky shit. Let's see. Kel said today wasn't the best. The D&D thing was canceled because half the people last minute said they weren't going to show, and me and the GM were equally upset. I'm sorry to hear that, Kels. That actually does sound like a bummer. Were you guys able to possibly reschedule with them? Go like, oh well, if you guys aren't free this time, when would be a time where you guys would be free in the future for us to all get together and then play the game? And are you guys playing like normal D&D? Are you playing like your own rules D&D? Like what kind of D&D thing are you doing? Ryan said, Jet, have you seen the anime movie Expelled from Paradise? It is on Netflix. I saw it today. I did not. I saw Incredibles 2 today on Netflix. How is it? Is it good? What would you rate it like out of like 5 or 10 stars or 3 stars? 3 stars is actually a lot easier to be honest. And then I can scale it to anything else if you give a 3 star rating. But yeah, what were your thoughts on Expelled from Paradise? What was it about? No spoilers, stuff like that. Luffy said, other than that, I haven't done much, but I did watch Yu Yu Hakusho. It's pretty dope. I'm past the Dark Tournament arc. So for Yu Yu Hakusho, I've actually only seen like a little bit of the beginning, all of the Dark Tournament arc, and I've seen, I think, most of the Chapter Black arc. I know how the Chapter Black arc ends, but I don't think I saw the exact beginning of it. You know what I mean? Like I think I missed a little at the beginning, but other than that, I've seen like the majority of it from that point forward. But I haven't really seen anything else of Yu Yu Hakusho. I've heard it's really good. My friend Taylor really fucks with it. He fucks with that and Hunter x Hunter. Um, To be honest, I think I might fuck with Hunter x Hunter more. I don't know. I really vibe with it, but the Dark Tournament arc was fucking sick. So I'm not hating. Not hating at all. Kel said, "How did you like the Super Saiyan 4 Baby Vegito art I posted on Amino? Skirt. Didn't know that you did that. Definitely got to check that out." Sam said, "And the RPG I made is now called Morphing Men. Ooh, not bad. And I thought of some good story for it. But if you're gonna play, I kind of want to keep quiet. But if you don't care, I'll tell you. I do care actually. So whenever my friends try to get me into like an RPG and they have the story already like thought out, I'm like, I'd rather not know. Like unless my character knows the information, then I wouldn't want to know it because I wouldn't want to break character using knowledge that I'm not supposed to know, if that makes sense." Kel said, "I think it's a homebrew D&D thing, but it's most likely just normal D&D. I'll ask the GM about rescheduling tomorrow." Okay, ballin'. Hopefully everything works out with that. And I'm sorry that people weren't able to show up. I hope they're able to reschedule it. Ryan said, "It is rated highly. You should watch it. I hope you like it. I seem, it seems I underestimated its quality." Expelled from Paradise. Okay. Do you think it's something that I would like, or are you recommending it mainly because it's highly rated? Because I know sometimes my dad will be like, something's really highly rated, so you should check it out. But he doesn't take my particular taste into account. He just goes, lots of people like it, so I think you'll like it. But if it's not something that I would normally like, I don't think I'll necessarily enjoy it just because it's highly rated. Ryan said I should have watched it sooner, as it was on my list for a long time, but I never watched it for no good reason. Okay, so it seems like you did really vibe with Expelled from Paradise on Netflix. Monkey Luffy said, "Oh yeah, I vibe with Hunter x Hunter more, of course. Yu Yu Hakusho seems to be so old, the graphics and stuff, made by the same people too, I think. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho and Hunter x Hunter do have the same author, um, but I just feel like Hunter x Hunter is that baby though. I feel like Hunter, he did just a really good job on that particular like manga. I'm currently reading the manga. I'm like past the anime at this point. I feel like he's fucking killing it in the manga right now. But I'm not caught up with the manga, so please no spoilers for what's currently going on. Um, and I don't know. It to me it just feels more fleshed out of a world than Yu Yu Hakusho, in my opinion. Agree to disagree. I understand that some people would argue like, no, 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 no. I just feel like Hunter x Hunter, there's just so much more going on that I can just really get into. Ryan said, "I'm recommending it because I think you will like it." Okay, thank you kindly, Ryan. I appreciate that. Then it seems like Expelled from Paradise is something I should check out. I know that Beth wants to eventually do like a cuddle watch anime date. Neither of us, me and Beth, really enjoy dates where we like sit down and watch stuff because we really like to talk, but maybe Expelled from Paradise would be a good date night movie. Would it be? I don't really know what it's like. So would it be worth it or not? Sam said, "Jet, I was thinking the same thing about telling. That's how I feel." Okay, ballin'. Excuse me, Sam. I'm glad we're on the same page with that. Monkey D. Luffy said, "So how far are you in Hunter x Hunter, please? Tell me you're done with Chimera." Yeah, I'm past Chimera. Where I'm currently at in Hunter x Hunter, like I said, I'm in the manga. I'm in the fuck, the arc has a stupid name, but I'm at the arc that's after the Dark Continent arc. I don't remember the name of it, but it's like the da something King selection something blah blah blah. Not to be confused with the election arc. I'm past that. Whatever the arc is after the Dark Continent arc. That's what I'm currently in. Ryan said, "I just checked, and the writer for Expelled from Paradise also wrote some other high tier works." Could you give a few examples of these high tier works that the Expelled from Paradise person wrote? I'm curious if they're anything that I've like ever heard of or watched before, and if that would give me any idea of what Expelled from Paradise is like. Kel said the best date night movie is that movie I forgot the name of with that girl fucking a tree. You've mentioned the movie with the girl fucking a tree. To be honest, I think that would fit Beth's style of humor. I think she would probably dig a movie with a girl who fucked a tree. I think she would think it was funny. Ryan said Jinro Yorobuchi has been selected as a scriptwriter and is known for writing the script of Puella Magi Madoka Magica and creating a light novel Fate Zero. Now I don't know if I actually would like it or not, to be honest. Because I've never been able to get into Madoka Magica. I think it's in part because I was told so much about it in high school. I don't know how it would have been if I was to try to watch Madoka Magica if people didn't tell me what it was. But I think I know so much about the fucking plot that I don't really care about any of the build up and I don't care about like any of the stuff because I just feel like I already know what happens and it just doesn't really feel worth it. And then I have had a lot of trouble getting into Fate. I don't really want to get into Fate, to be honest. I just feel like I don't really care about the characters. I understand that there's like a system about how the fighting works and that supposedly it's cool, but I just don't really fuck with Fate. So right now, your boy Jin's got two misses on my part. Ryan then said some of his other popular works include the 2003 visual novel Seiya no Yuta. That was a neutral. I don't even know what that is. The 2012 anime Psychopass. Haven't checked it out, but I know that you highly recommend that. The light novel and anime Fate Zero. We already talked about that. And the 2013 to 2014 Tokusatsu show Kamen Rider Game. Hmm. That sounds better. I kind of fuck with Kamen Rider, so that's probably one of the best things. Let's see. Then Sam said, "Have you ever Masterminds? That's a great movie. I don't think I've ever seen Masterminds. What's it about? And like, what would you give it like out of like 3 stars, with one being like bad, and two being okay, and then three being good. Let's see. Ryan said people spoiled Madoka Magica. Rip. I mean, even if it wasn't spoiled for me, I don't really know if I really fucked with it, to be honest. Because even with the spoilers, it wasn't a thing where I'm like, oh, I'm interested. It was just, oh, someone's just telling me the story. Um, so I don't really think I would have necessarily fucked with it at all. Let's see. Then Ryan said, "Psychopass," and he put all those exclamation points on it. Then he said, "Is something you should watch." So he's like, "I should check out Psychopass." I don't know. Kel said, "Yeah, I got spoiled on Madoka Magica too. I willing spoiled myself, but I regret it now." So you feel like if you hadn't have spoiled yourself on Madoka Magica, that you would have like probably vibed with it. I don't know. I feel like even if I didn't know what it was, I don't think it would have necessarily held my attention. I don't think I would have like sat down and watched it like all the way through to learn the stuff. It's probably better it got spoiled for me because I actually got to learn what the story was about. I don't think I would have had the patience to wait through to then learn all those big reveals and shit. So it's probably better that it was spoiled than not. Let's see. Right now I'm pulling up the amino. Let's see. Kel said, I can guarantee that Psychopass is godly. Season 2 is optional. I think that's interesting. Let's see. So right now I have Kel's picture of Super Saiyan 4 Baby Vegito. Now, I'm about to hit you up with some questions, Kels. So here is Kel's Super Saiyan 4 Baby Vegito. So when I look at this, I go, it's definitely like a fusion style design. Because it has like the coat, you know what I mean? So it has the coat, it has the furry arms, so you can tell like it's Super Saiyan 4, and I feel like the hair also adds to the Super Saiyan 4. And the lines do add to the baby aesthetic. However, when I look at it, I don't think Vegito. And the reason why I don't think Vegito is I think it's the hair and the clothes. Only reason why I say that is because Vegito is like the Patara fusion. That's the other thing. There are like no Patara earrings from what I can tell in the picture. Fucking pop up ad. There are no Patara earrings from what I can tell in the picture. So if it's Super Saiyan 4 Baby Vegito, I think I would probably go with like the Vegito hair because I feel like it's very iconic. It's one of those things where if the character doesn't have the Vegito hair, you'd be like, is that really Vegito? It's like harder to tell. So I think the Vegito hair would help sell it. I feel like if it had the combined clothing of Goku and Vegeta, because that's another thing is that Batara fusion. The big thing about Batara Fusion is they don't have the Metamoran jacket. It's actually just their normal two outfits smashed together. So I think if it was like the outfit smashed together and the Vegito hair, but it had the baby lines and you had like the ape fur so that you could tell that it was like Super Saiyan 4, then I think I'd be like, oh shit, it's Super Saiyan 4 baby Vegito. I think from this image, I can go, it's baby Super Saiyan 4 somebody, but I don't get the Vegito aspect from it, if that makes sense. Not doing a shit on, that's just like my opinion from what I can tell of it. I think it's a cool picture of like a Super Saiyan 4 like baby kind of thing, but Super Saiyan 4 baby Vegito, I just don't really see it as much. Let's see. I am gonna smash that like button though. Give me one moment to smash that like button. Let's see. Oh, I'm not logged in. The fuck? What do you mean I'm not logged into Amino? Let's see. So Ryan said, that's true. Jet might not have liked Madoka Magica. True. Psychopass 2 Season 2 is optional. I've also seen the movie, and I eagerly await Season 3 to see if it will return to form. Okay. Then Sam said, 8 out of 10, and it's comedy about a bank robbery, and he broke the world record, and it's based on a true story. Oh, Mastermind? That doesn't sound too bad. That sounds like something that I'd probably be into. I do like heist movies, like the concept at least of heist movies. So I would probably want to see Masterminds. Then Kel said, well, Baby Vegeta didn't have Vegeta hair, at least in his final form. That's understandable. I think because we've seen Baby Vegeta, right? If you draw Baby Vegeta in the style that Baby Vegeta looked like in the anime, it's really easy for you to go, oh, that's what Baby Vegeta looked like in the anime. But because we never got to see Baby Vegito in the anime, you have to lean closer to like the Vegito style, I guess, for it to be immediately recognizable as Vegito. Because if it doesn't have qualities that we're familiar with for Vegito, it would be hard to recognize it as Vegito, if that makes sense. Because I know what you mean that Baby Vegeta had like a different hairstyle from normal Vegeta, but I would also argue that if you just looked at a picture of Baby Vegeta without any context and you only knew what like normal Vegeta looked like, I just realized this is a Teen Titan shirt, not a Dragon Ball shirt. I was so ready to pull up an image of Vegeta, but he's just not here. Um, then it would be hard for you to figure out that it was Vegeta. You know what I mean? Let's see. Ryan said, I guess I should watch Psychopath Sinners of the System. I guess that's like another movie. Sam said, look it up. I think it got like 76 on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, talking about Masterminds? Is it on Netflix? Like, how could I like easily watch it? And then Sam said, but to be fair, it's not up to them to say how good you think a movie is. Rotten Tomatoes, that's true. Kel said the coat is supposed to be what Baby wore in his final form. It's not supposed to be a fusion jacket. Understandable. I see what you mean with that. It does have like the baby look to it. I do think that the jacket fits like the baby look. I do think the lines fit the baby look. And I do think the hair and the fur fit Super Saiyan 4. I just don't see Vegito in it, is my only thing. It's just the idea that it's Vegito. I just don't see that. Sam said, I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. That's where I saw it. Okay, cool. Ryan said Psychopath Sinners of the System has released in Japan but isn't available on Kiss Anime. Is there an English dub of it, and does that even matter? Like, would you just like watch the sub anyways? Let's see. I also noticed, Kels, that there was another post on here, and it was your full bring ability. Let's see. I like the art that you did for it. Full bring sounds familiar, but I don't know where I'm getting it from. I thought it was a Bleach thing, but I might be wrong. Oh, it is a Bleach thing. Okay, you wrote like a whole description. Let's see. Ryan said the Blu-ray hasn't released for Psychopath Sinners of the System. Is it like a newer thing? So here it is, Kells' full bring ability. So for those who don't know, full bring is a superpower thing from Bleach. For those who want to know what a full bring is, you can look it up on the Bleach fan wiki. Anyway, my full bring is called Data Ranger X. The item that I have the closest connection to is my phone, and the ability I thought of was Data Ranger X. I basically turn into an edgy Power Ranger and gain these abilities. Data Transfer X. For those who know who Janimba is, FRO is Fro. Who Janimba? I imagine FRO is like an acronym. For those who know who Janimba is, FRO. Dragon Ball, this ability. Oh, I think I know what happened. For those who know who Janimba is from, for those who know who Janimba from Dragon Ball is, maybe that's how it's supposed to be phrased. This ability is easy to understand. I can teleport parts of my body within anywhere I can see. I can also use this ability to detach and reattach any part of my body. Messenger X. This ability allows me to summon a small 6x6 grid with numbers on it. I can use this keyboard of sorts to contact anyone I can think of, like I'm calling them on a phone. But when I use this ability, I contact them telepathically. X Wire. This final ability allows me to summon charger cords from any part of my body where I can eject electricity from. Oh, that's cool. I can wrap these cords around my fist, for example, and do an electrically charged punch. I can also wrap it around others and electrocute them. Originally for X Wire, I thought you were going to be able to replenish yourself using the charging cables. So you could plug yourself into maybe a generator or into another electrical device and then use those instead of having to eat or sleep and stuff like that. I thought you were going to do that. And I was like, "Oh, that's a really interesting concept." But the taser power I do think is not bad. It's not bad at all. His weakness, he has a limited amount of battery, meaning the more he uses his abilities, the more battery he uses up. Once he reaches 0%, he basically passes out and has to wait approximately 2 hours to get back to 100%. I can also charge up during a battle, but I'm unable to use my abilities while doing so. I kind of wish your charging ability was a way to get past it. Like if you could use the charging ability to use things in your environment to charge, similar to what you can do in the Infamous games. But here's the art that Kells did of his Fullbring. I think it's pretty dope. I'm definitely gonna smash that like button. If you guys want to submit fan art, or just submit stuff if in this fictional universe, what would your powers be, and fan fiction and stuff like that, definitely feel free to hit up our Armina. Truly appreciate it. Let's see. Bow. So I'm going to plug in my phone again. Gotta keep it charging. So Sam said, Jet, I'm making a deadline for the RPG thing. I'll most likely have it done on the 10th of June or around there. So the deadline is the 20th of June. All I need is for them to make a character and their monster. Okay, so the deadline for people who are interested in playing in your RPG, they need to come up with a character and they need to come up with what their monster is like. Do you have any specific instructions for how to create a character? And if so, could you post them on the Amino for anyone who would be interested in participating in your RPG? Yo, Patrick, Stormtrooper Commander, welcome to the stream. Those are two different people, by the way. Patrick Jordan and Stormtrooper Commander. Welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. How's your day today? Do you have any questions for your boy? And do you have any discussion topics you'd like to talk about on the stream? Patrick Jordan said Watashi wa Thanos. Stormtrooper Commander also said Watashi wa Thanos and then put up a face with eyes. Sam White said, I will most likely push it back though. So push back the deadline for the RPG. Take as much time as you need on it. RPGs can definitely be things that you work on steadily over time. Sometimes you just have an idea and you're just ready to dump it on paper. So it really depends on your thought process and how much stuff you want to add and things of that nature. So take your time. Feel free to put as much time as you want into it. Let's see. Patrick Jordan said, "Looks like my child, but I like your style." And the Stormtrooper Commander said, I'm adopted by the Emperor himself." Ryan said, "Disney did wrong by Robin Williams." How so? Patrick Jordan said, "Yeah, I'm your son, Commander." Then Kel said, "I call it Data Ranger X because after I drew the suit, I noticed the amount of X's on it. There are a good number of X's on the suit. If I was to count all the X's, there's one on the helmet, one on each arm, one on the center body, and one right over the crotch. So that's one, two, three, four, five X's, and there might be more on legs, but I couldn't see legs. Let's see. Patrick Jordan said, "Do you like Gemini jets? Do I like Gemini jets? I don't know what Gemini jets are. Is that like a twin jet kind of thing?" Then Stormtrooper Commander said, "How so, Jet Black?" I don't know where I'm confused on the context. Sam said, "Can I run what I thought I could do for the stats?" Sure. Feel free to hit me up. Tell me what your thoughts are for like the stats and everything. I love hearing more about the RPG that you're working on. Then Ryan said how Aladdin changed animation by screwing over Robin Williams, and it's like a YouTube video. Thank you for posting that YouTube video. For anyone who's interested in checking out more about that particular topic that Ryan brought up, feel free to click on that link in the live chat. Kel said on the Psychopath thing, I give it season one 9 out of 10, and season two a 7 out of 10. It's interesting the concept that season two is optional. I don't exactly know what you guys mean on that. And Stormtrooper said, RPG, rocket propelled grenade. A lot of times, whenever we use RPG, we're referring to like role playing games. A lot of times, tabletop role playing games, which can also be called TRPG. An example of a tabletop role playing game is like D&D. So if you're familiar with like Dungeons and Dragons, then you're familiar with at least the concept of what a tabletop role playing game is. There are many that exist other than Dungeons and Dragons. For example, for superheroes, you have games like Mutants and Masterminds. There's another one that focuses on younger heroes. Can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it had like pretty simple mechanics. And of course, I've written multiple like superhero RPGs. Um, but there are a lot out there other than D&D, but not everybody knows that. Let's see. Patrick Jordan said, "Do you like Gemini 200?" What's Gemini 200? Let's see. Then Stormtrooper Commander said, "Sex roleplay with girlfriend of Dungeons and Dragons is whack." So Stormtrooper Commander, I got some questions, my boy. So, have you attempted sex roleplay with your girlfriend of Dungeons and Dragons? And if so, like if you're talking from like personal experience, what about it were you like, it's whack? It sounds kind of like crazy, but I'm interested in hearing about your experience because it just sounds like you'd have a story. There, I feel like people don't just say that. I think there's a story connected to that. Unless you're just bullshitting, which is also fine, I guess. Ryan said Lindsay Ellis is a great video essayist and would recommend her content. Okay, Ryan's putting out those recommendations for you guys to check out Lindsay Ellis. I don't really know anything about her, but Ryan's given her like the thumbs up. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to hit it up. Then Patrick Jordan said Commander likes to be spanked. That's all. He's whack. Um, hmm. Let's see. Stormtrooper Commander said personal experience. She blew him with a lighter and said, "I'm a dragon," and I was scared. What does blowing you with a lighter mean? How does one like she just holds a lighter while she sucks your dick? Why are you scared? I don't understand that. Sam said, "Okay, so I was thinking of roll 2d20 on the monster stats, and then they will get an extra 20 points to put in whatever. And the humans, they roll 2d12, and then I will write out rules later." Okay, so for the humans, it's a little up in the air, but it seems like with that system, um, it seems like people could potentially get fucked. So you roll 2d20 for each stat, so for each stat, you have like 2d20 and it adds together. And then you have 20 points that you can use to balance. The 20 points to balance isn't that bad. Well, you roll a d20, you could potentially like roll a 1 on it. No, you get 20 points for free. Yeah, so you get an extra 20 points to put wherever you want. Um, that doesn't sound bad. It sounds like on average, they claim on average on a d20 you roll like a 10. So most stats that characters will have will just be a 20 with the high end for a stat being 40 and the low end for a stat being 2. Like right now, it's possible in your system for someone to get a 2 in every stat. Very unlikely, but possible. And then you give them 20 points to distribute between their stats. But it still seems like they would be at a disadvantage compared to people who rolled like really well and got like 40s in every stat and then had 20 points to distribute. You know what I mean? Ryan said, "True. Jet only watched season one until we've seen the new trilogy, in season 3 to see if watching season 2 is worth it to get to those. Oh, okay. So he didn't say only watched. He said True Jet. He said only watch season 1 until we've seen the new trilogy in season 3 to see if watching season 2 is worth getting into those. So Ryan's just recommending for me to check out season 1 of Psychopaths is what he's saying. Let's see. Stormtrooper Commander said she takes the lighter and blows the flames toward his dick. You know, at any point when doing anything with your girlfriend, you can just be like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. And I imagine your girlfriend would understand. Patrick Jordan said, when they fart, they like to put a lighter there. That's old news. Kel said, Jet, you skipped my last thing on Psychopaths. Okay, here we go. Kel said, it's because season 2, to say as dramatically as possible, pales in comparison to season 1. And you could live a perfectly happy life only watching season 1. But it didn't seem that bad because it sounds like season 1 was a 9 out of 10 and season 2 was a 7 out of 10. Now I know a difference between an A and a C is pretty big. That's like a 20-point drop. But at the same time, it sounds like season 2 was okay. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like absolutely horrible. Let's see. Stormtrooper Commander said, "When you forget the safe word in Dungeons and Dragons roleplay." I mean, even if you like had a safe word set up, right? You could also just say you forgot the safe word and just say you're not comfortable. You know what I mean? And I think your partner would understand. I don't think they'd confuse that with enjoyment. Ryan said season 2 is really only poor because of the Titanic bar that season 1 set, in my opinion. So it's not that season 2 is bad, but more that season 1 was so good that expectations for season 2 were high. I guess one thing that I would be curious about doing would be if I decided that I just wanted to skip to season 2. Like, I think it would be interesting if, because season 2 is such a drop in quality, right? But it's still good. I'm curious if I could start with season 2 and watch season 2 and just act like the show started at season 2. Then pretend like season 1 is like a prequel season. And if I would somehow like that better. Like, if I could, like, start with season 2, watch it through, and then watch season 1 afterwards, if I would somehow like it more. Let's see. Stormtrooper Commander said, no, bro, the dragon would not care about safe word and takes away the immersive sex play. But you don't want to get your dick burnt. I mean, you gotta balance comfortability. Apparently, you were comfortable enough to go through it. Let's see. Ryan said, but season 2 isn't worth the time as it stands pre season 3. Then Patrick said, I'm going to Uganda later this week. Have fun. Kel said, it's not that season 2 is bad per se. Excuse me, it's just kind of okay. And season 1 is like orgasmically good. Then Ryan said, no, you cannot start with season 2. That would be the worst possible option. But if season 2 is like tolerable, like it's not like bad, it's just like okay, then it helps prevent from the like quality drop. Instead, it'll just be like a like flatline thing and then like zoop. So Sam said, Jet, I know this is going to sound mean, but it's not. Do you have any better ideas? Oh, when it comes to the stat system, instead of having everyone roll 2d20 to then attribute between like all the different stats, well, not to distribute between all the different stats, but instead of rolling 2d20 for each stat and then attributing 20 free points, you could just make it all a point based system. So, what you can do is instead of giving the player 20 points, take the number of stats you have, multiply that by 20, add 20, and then give the player the ability to distribute stats, like the points between each of their stats, right? And then also tell the player that each stat has like a maximum when you're first starting the game. So you can't just flood all your points into one stat. You can only put so many points into each stat. So let's say you have 5 stats. Then I would recommend that you give the player a point pool of 120 points They have 120 points. They can distribute between their five stats, and you make it where each stat has like a certain cap. Like maybe you can only put, fuck me. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out. Maybe you can only put 24 points in any given stat. Then you could be really balanced though by putting 24 in everything. That's what people would do to just be safe. But not everybody goes for the safe pick, and being balanced just means wait, hold on. It shouldn't be a thing where you can put 24 in everything. That's too good. Because that actually is probably the best possible thing. If everything maxes at 24, then it doesn't fucking matter. So I messed up. It can't be a thing where everything can be maxed out with the amount of points that you give. So if it's 120 points, oh, well, with your original system, you could potentially get 60 points in a stat. Yeah, with your original system, you could get up to 60 points in any one stat. So just give them 120 points and say that they can cap out at 60. So technically, if someone wanted to, they could put like 60 in two stats and be shit at everything else. That actually wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, give the player 120 points they can distribute between their stats. If you have five stats, like adjust that number for the point pool depending on how many stats you have. The way that you calculate how many points you give them is the number of stats times 20 plus 20. That's all you have to do. But I think that would work for you. And then set the cap for 60. You can at most have 60 points in any one stat. There we go. Sorry about that. I just had to think through that for a little bit. Let's see. Sam White retracted a message. Let's see. Stormtrooper Commander said, "Have you played sex roleplay?" So I've never done a Dungeons and Dragons sex roleplay thing before. Then Patrick Jordan said, "When you bathe an animal, do you like to wash its dick?" And then Patrick Jordan said that he thinks that his animal has fleas. Take it to PetSmart. Take it to like, yeah, or like get it like some anti-flea shampoo or something. I have a dog that lives with my mom, and my mom ends up washing my dog most of the time. I've been in like college for years, so I just haven't really been there for my dog now I think about it, which is kind of sad to say. But my dog's like in Madison, and I'm in Huntsville, and I'm about to like work and like get an apartment in Huntsville. I just don't really see my dog that often. So, nope. I just haven't even really washed my dog because my mom washes my dog. So you should ask my mom if she likes to wash my dog's dick. Kel said, "I feel season 2 spoils too much about season 1 and will make season 1 not as good." Ryan said season 2 would spoil season 1. Just watch season 1. Understandable. Stormtrooper Commander said, "Patrick, what the fuck?" Then Sam said, that sounds fair. Sounds good to me. And same for humans? Now, for humans, I imagine I don't know how humans work in your game, is my only thing. Like, are humans on the same par as monsters? Do humans have different stats from monsters? Because it would be weird if you had like a strength stat, right? And you gave the same amount of points to humans to put in like their strength stat as you give to monsters. Because I think it would be weird if you had a person and they're like, as a person, I'm as strong as a monster. That just doesn't seem to make sense from like a world perspective. So the stat system for humans might have to be different from how it works for monsters to prevent from people being like, at the start of the game, as a human, I'm already as good as a monster. You know what I mean? Let's see. Patrick said, I'll wash it. He said, "I'll make sure not to touch his dick, though." He said, "I don't want to make him uncomfortable, you know?" Let's see. Then Ryan said, "Jet is like, so I hear season 2 is not as good as awesome season 1. So why don't I watch season 2?" Then Stormtrooper Commander said, not to get political or anything, but what the fuck is oatmeal? So oatmeal is a type of hot breakfast cereal. that I feel personally is inferior to cream of wheat. Miss me with that oatmeal shit. Cream of wheat any day. Feel free to post in the live chat below which you prefer, cream of wheat or oatmeal. I'm definitely hashtag team cream of wheat. Then Ryan said, wouldn't the animal be more uncomfortable with not having properly clean genitals? Ryan's bringing up these fair points. Then Sam said, Jet, this is like our world monsters are nothing. We don't see them, but this world they just start appearing like Godzilla sized monsters. And some do nothing. Some attack and some hide. But they're Godzilla sized monsters. Like the thing about it, right, is I just want to make sure that like the stats for the humans just aren't too crazy high to where they seem monster level, if that makes sense. I do like that description for the world though. The idea that the world is just like our own, but suddenly Godzilla monsters have just started showing up. Like that's pretty cool. Patrick says he likes raisins. Stormtrooper Commander said, "Whoa, I've never heard of cream of wheat before. You gotta Google that cream of wheat. Hit that up." Kel said, "I prefer Jesus." If I had pick between the powers of cream of wheat and oatmeal, your boy Kells picks Jesus. Stormtrooper Commander said, "Can I get an amen up in this chat?" Ryan said, "I like oatmeal, but I don't think I've tried cream of wheat." Yo, Patrick Jordan already put an F for respect for that fucking lack of cream of wheat in your life. Have you tried our Lord and Savior cream of wheat yet, Ryan? Apparently not. We'll get you on some cream of wheat one of these days, Ryan. I like it. I prefer it. But that's just me. Some people, I imagine, will like oatmeal more. I think the consistency of cream of wheat is better than the consistency of oatmeal. But it's harder to explain if you haven't had cream of wheat. Patrick Jordan said that his girlfriend broke up with him and she made him mac and cheese every day. I'm sorry to hear that you and your girlfriend broke up. Um, but if you miss the mac and cheese specifically, you can also just make mac and cheese. Stormtrooper Commander said, "What the fuck, bro? She's making me mac and cheese right now. What's her name?" That doesn't even make sense. You're like, your girlfriend's making me mac and cheese. I don't know her name though. She's doing it right now. He goes to the kitchen and he goes, "What's your name?" And she's like, "I'm Patrick Jordan's ex girlfriend." He's like, "I know that, but what's your name?" And she's like, "Shut up and enjoy this Cheezosaurus Rex." And he's like, "All right, shit." Sam White said, "Yeah, I see what you mean, Jet. But what if the monsters that you play are just double to humans because the human stats are important?" So you're saying that the monsters, like if let's say if the monsters got 120 points to distribute between stats, that the humans would only get like 60 points to distribute between stats, and the monsters have a cap at like 60 points in each stat, and humans have a cap at 30 points in each stat. That sounds interesting. I could see that. It sounds weird that monsters are only twice as powerful as humans, though, because when you think about it, I think Godzilla can do a lot more than like two humans just working together. But that's besides the point. Let's see. Patrick Jordan said, "Wait, what?" Then Sam White said, "And chocolate cream of wheat is the bomb. I have never had chocolate cream of wheat. That sounds very interesting. What other flavors do cream of wheat come in?" That is, I'm learning. Let's see. Patrick Jordan said, "Where do you live?" Then Stormtrooper Commander said, "Murfreesboro, Tennessee." Then Sam White said, "Yeah, that's what I mean." Okay. Then Patrick Jordan said, "What the fuck? That's my town. What's her name?" So Patrick Jordan and Stormtrooper Commander are clearly doing a bit. Then Stormtrooper Commander said, "Karen." Let's see. Nani said, "How you been, Nick? Are you depressed?" No, I'm actually doing really well. I mean, graduated college. Um, have 4 different job offers right now. Going to be working soon. From what I've heard, making around 60K a year. I hope so. I've heard that it'll be in that ballpark. So I hope that's true. Um, and I'm going to be working for a company doing what I want to do that's in like a really nice area of town that has like good parking. I'll be working right by like a movie theater and like an ice cream parlor where I can get like milkshakes and by like Pieology where I can get like custom personal pizzas for lunch and shit like that. It just sounds like a really good gig. And a couple weeks into working, I'm gonna like move into like my own apartment, and it's gonna be in the apartment complex where like all my friends live, and I have a new girlfriend, and it seems like I'm getting along with like her parents and like her grandma, and it seems like me and her friends are doing okay, and it seems like she's vibing with my friends. I don't know. I'd say, oh, and I have a car now and like a license and shit. I think right now, life wise, I'm doing really good. So I'd say I'm like the opposite of depressed. It seems like my life is just kind of coming together. You know what I mean? So if anything, I'd say I'm like pretty satisfied with life at this particular moment. Let's see. Sam said, I mean, we can go to like triple or quadruple the humans. I just wanted to keep small numbers so math and stuff would be easier. If you couldn't tell, I'm not the brightest bulb in the box. Oh, trust me, I am ass at math, so I understand where you're coming from. Quadruple the humans just to keep the math simple would be fine. So if you did quadruple the humans, you give 120 points to monsters, and then to humans, you'd give 30 points. And then the max for humans. Fuck. Does the math for the max of humans not work? The max for humans would be 60 divided by 4. But I don't think that divides cleanly. I don't think that divides cleanly at all. What you could do is instead of quadruple humans. The fuck? Hold on. 120 divided by what is equal to 20? It's not divided by 5. Divided by 6. Cool. If you make monsters 6 times stronger than humans, then you can make it where monsters are given 120 points, humans are just given 20 points, and then the max for humans is 10 points in any stat. That's how I could see you making that work. Um, so humans get 20 points to distribute, with 10 points being the max for any stat. And monsters get 120 points to distribute, and they get 60 point max for any particular stat. Let's see, where the fuck are we at? So Patrick Jordan said, "Oh my fucking gosh!" He said, "Tell her I never received my mac and cheese." Uh, the way that you describe that, you can just make your own mac and cheese. That's the easiest solution. You might be able to make it better. If you've ever had any complaints about Karen's mac and cheese, now the power is in your hands. If you're like, Karen never puts enough salt on it, or Karen never adds like pepper, or like, now you can make your own mac and cheese. It can just be good as fuck. Let's see. Then Sam White said, "Yo, leave her man. She a Karen. She will take the kids." What? Now Sam's like, there are things about Karens specifically. Then Stormtrooper Commander said, she said you spoke broken English to Patrick Jordan. And is that like her complaint? Is that why she doesn't bring mac and cheese? She's like, he asked for mac and cheese. I thought he said he asked for a Macintosh. I brought that nigga a computer. Ryan said, nothing but noodles is 10 out of 10. I like nothing but noodles, like spicy Asian salad. I don't think that's the specific name for it, but they have an Asian salad. That might be what it's called. I don't remember what it's called, but it's not bad. Um, I now, I would never have done this as a kid. I now go to restaurants and try their salads, and I like Olive Garden's. garden salad, like the house salad, and I like nothing but noodles, spicy Asian salad. So if I was to go to nothing but noodles with you, Ryan, since you say it's like 10 out of 10, then I would hit up their spicy Asian salad. Then Nani said noise. Stormtrooper Commander said anything beats being a teacher. He said you gotta be passionate about it. If not, and complaining about pay. And then he said, "What the fuck, teacher?" Stormtrooper Commander, you lost me when you brought up the teachers. Anything beats being a teacher. That is, I guess he's just doing a different subject entirely. Ryan said, "When do I get to meet Beth? I saw her new picture of y'all on Facebook." Oh shit. When your boy Jet has not looked at Facebook in a hot minute, so I just have no idea what Ryan's talking about. We took some nice pictures the other day, so I wouldn't be surprised if I know the pictures you're referring to. I just haven't been on Facebook. Nani said, "Does it look funny?" Um, I doubt it. I think I saw some pictures and they weren't bad. Sam White said, Jet, I'm making notes so I don't forget. And I've been doing it all day. Oh, you've been working on the RPG all day? That's ballin'. I'm actually really glad that you've been like really focused on like the RPG and that you've been having fun making up your own mechanics and stuff. I think that's really cool. Excuse me. Let's see. Nani said, I want mac and cheese with top. Mac and cheese with top. Stormtrooper Commander said, oh, well, you were talking about jobs. Oh. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't understand the context at the time. You were like, anything beats being a teacher. Okay, now I understand what you're talking about, Stormtrooper Commander. I just got confused. I thought we were still on the Karen stuff, so I got hella lost. Stormtrooper Commander said, lol, 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 lol. Yeah, it's cool. I do have to end the stream for now. We're now like an hour in. I have to get to bed and wake up pretty early. The reason why I need to wake up early is because I need to wake up, exercise, shower, and get ready so that me and Aiden can try and eat lunch together around like noon or so. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One and Only, logging out. Peace. Real quick, Sam White said, Yo, Jet, can you hit me with the number of the stats, please? I just want to make sure I get it right. So if you have 5 stats, then for monsters, you give them 120 points to distribute between their stats, but they can't have any more than 60 points in any one stat. And then for humans, you give them, fuck me, you give them 20 points, and then they can only distribute up to 10 points to any one stat. And that's how you balance the humans versus the monsters. Okay. Let's see. The Nani said already. I mean, as we're like over an hour in. Then Stormtrooper Commander said, "Oh man, well this was good shit. You earned a sub. Oh, thank you kindly, Stormtrooper Commander. I'm glad that you enjoyed the show." Nani said, "I'll show you Deku versus Goku tomorrow. It's not finished yet." Oh, cool. Nani's been working on that for a hot minute, so I'd be happy to see your progress. I think that'll be dope. Let's see. Then Sam White said, "Bye, man. Oh, catch you later, Sam." And then Nani said, "But tell me how it looks so far." Okay, yeah, I'll definitely be able to check that out tomorrow when you post it on the Amino. But I'd like to thank you all once again for watching. If you like this video, make sure to smash that like button, favorite, comment, subscribe, and ding ding ding, ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we do these live streams. This is yours